really get that.
Oh, I got a heavy-ass shadow. Oh, that's annoying. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the First Class Sports Podcast. My name is Bobby.
I'm Eric.
Hey, Eric.
Hey.
It's been a while.
A little bit.
Been a little bit. Glad to have you back. We're without Kevin today, so we're just going to be with you just get this angle today, so sorry. Might be more work for Steven. I apologize.
Sorry, Steve.
Work your magic, bud. So let's get in to a little bit of what happened in the NFL in Week 5. No, yes, 6. And we'll talk about what happened in Week 6. Man, the weeks are going by really fast this season.
Once football season starts, you already know the rest of the year.
It's kicking.
And the first half of not the first half, the first almost quarter of the year goes pretty quick.
Yeah, so we're actually heading into Week 7. So we'll give a little bit of what happened in Week 6. Some news here and there. So let's actually start with some news. Majorly concerning AR. We knew this might be the outcome. It was discussed, and it sucks. This was kind of when we drafted him. That's kind of when you draft a quarterback like that.
Yeah.
You know there's some high risk of being injured.
Well, that and there's still some trauma from Andrew Luck.
There is. Yeah. So we have officially... I think Steichen came out and said that they're going to go ahead and AR is going to go ahead and get surgery on that shoulder, which will take him out for the rest of the season. So we will ride with Minshew. Hopefully he does better than this past week, but
yeah,
we'll get there. So there goes his rookie season. But I'm hoping if it's anything like another quarterback who came out with high hopes and then lost his rookie season, he came back and went to the Super Bowl the next year. So Joe Burrow tore his ACL.
Oh, yeah.
And then next year went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Well, ACL and a throwing shoulder arm is a little different. So
luckily he's got there's some baseball doctor, I forget what team he deals with. He
deals with this.
He does the surgery a lot. Now they emphasize that there's never been this player of this magnitude to have this injury. I don't really know why they would even make that part of it.
That's a little aggressive.
Whether you've done somebody with this, who cares what star caliber they are for any sport, whatever. So I think he'll be fine. He's gonna have plenty of time. He'll be available for all the OTAs
next year.
Training camp for all of it. So he'll have plenty of time, and it's probably best.
It definitely is because it seems like Steichen already is showing that he's not willing to rush players back from injury, and I actually like that stance so that they don't get re-hurt. I feel like we did that a few times with players in the past. With Luck, there was a few. With Leonard.
I know with Luck they had an option to have season-ending surgery or to have him play, and they had him play rather than have the surgery. I forget what injury it was, but. So it was the opposite thing that happened for AR, and now look where Andrew is.
Yeah. So there AR goes, unfortunately, but it is what it is. I'd rather this happen than him try to come out and hurt it more, and then you're back to going on IR again anyway and doing the surgery anyway. So it's fine. I'm actually okay with this outcome.
Yep, me too.
So let's stick with the Colts, and we'll go. Alec Pierce did not practice today with a shoulder. But Steichen said he has a chance for Braden Smith to play this week. He's been out, I believe, the last 2 games, I believe.
Hey, Freeland's been holding the fort down.
So, let's see if we can get a little bit more stability there. We'll see. Bigger news, if we want to stay on the Colts, we took a huge loss on our defense. I think probably the leading NFL run stopper was Grover Stewart. And he just got hit with a 6-game suspension for PEDs.
They came out and said, what?
They have not, which is odd.
Remember yesterday in our text chain, you said it's probably going to show up as freaking Tylenol.
Dude, the things that they put on that list are egregious. So his statement, he came out with a statement, says that he wants to apologize to the National Football League, the Colts organization, my teammates, our fans, and my family. I was surprised and disappointed to learn I had violated the policy. He said he respects the integrity of the game and would never purposely put himself or the team in this kind of situation. So,
yeah, there's got to be something stupid that's on that list that he got.
Yeah, again, they put some of the dumbest things on that list. And so I highly doubt when people see PEDs, they're just like, oh, steroids.
No,
it's
doesn't
not
necessarily
steroids.
have to be steroids.
You know, it can go from like freaking Ritalin is on there.
Yeah.
So, you know, and it could have been just something to help him with, again, anything. Too much Tylenol, too much, of this will spike it. So it's unfortunate because he was a massive nose tackle for us. Yeah. And we're going to miss him dearly in the run stopping.
Marvin Harrison Jr.
So you're looking to tank to get one of those top 4 picks now.
Wouldn't you?
Okay, hang on.
We need a number 1.
Yeah, but we already have 3 wins.
Yeah, but why don't you just lose the rest?
Okay, Panthers. They're probably not going to win a game.
It's fine.
Bears. Looking sketchy there. Well, Denver. You're already pushing it.
Denver might be better than us.
Their defense might be.
Yeah.
Their offense ain't going nowhere.
All right. Well, you know what?
We'll move on from that.
Yeah.
It just sucks for the Colts to lose Grover Stewart like that. We will go on and let's see. Let's just go to Deshaun Watson. He was cleared 3 weeks ago now, and he still is not practicing. I don't know his reasoning behind it. He's just sucking the Browns out of money at this point.
I thought he was just gonna sit out last week because he didn't want to play San Fran and then they play against us.
Yeah, well, yeah, I don't know. His reasoning, don't know. Looks like he might not play again against us this week. We'll see. But he sat out today.
Welcome, hey PJ Walker, former Colt.
Right, former Colt, former XFL player. Anyway, Cardinals have they've opened the window for Budda Baker to return off IR, and they have also designated Kyler Murray to come off the PUP.
Oh, well, it's good to see Kyler. I mean, I don't know. I guess
Budda's a massive player for them.
Well, Budda is, yeah, definitely. I mean, I feel like their season's kind of at a loss, so. You would think, like, what's the point? But at the same time.
For Kyler, there's a lot there.
Well, yeah, because he needs to get a contract. He could get traded or.
Yeah, if he's going to get traded, there's a lot there to say, where's your relevance? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So good for Kyler coming back. We'll see when he starts to play.
Do you think he'll be effective at all?
No. Because we're already about to hit November and we know Call of Duty drops. Sorry. Subtle shot. Another story that broke today is the NFL has officially extended Roger Goodell for another 3 years. So his contract will run through March of 2027. I'm hoping that is the last contract he gets.
I don't really care either way.
But so there's another 3 years for Goodell. Another big news: Eagles added another wide receiver. Of course, he is 34 years old. Julio Jones is now signing with
which now kind of makes
Eagles.
Yeah, with the Eagles. Which now this signing, when I first broke yesterday, it didn't really make too much sense to me as to why they brought him in. But I don't think you had it in your notes. But I saw this today that Devonta Smith missed practice with a hamstring injury.
No, I missed that. I don't have normally I have my injury list, but I've been worrying about, I didn't pull that up.
Yeah.
I've been trying to prep for.
Yeah, he missed practice today with hamstring injury.
Interesting.
I know he's been kind of quiet lately. I don't know if that's what's been.
Maybe, and then I don't like hammy. Hammies will take people.
They can linger.
They can linger. Okay, but I mean, it'll be interesting to see what a 34-year-old does. But okay.
Yeah. Well.
Let's see. The Packers also signed running back James Robinson.
I got Aaron Jones coming back. So what's the difference?
All right. Very unoptimistic there. Lions head coach Dan Campbell said David Montgomery will be out a little bit due to his rib cartilage injury.
That stinks.
That's big because I also still don't know the status on Jahmyr Gibbs because he was out still last week.
Yeah, with hamstring, and I heard he's. Again, it's questionable, but I heard he's like trending towards playing.
Gibbs?
Yeah, Gibbs is trending towards playing, but think about it, they have a bye next week. The Lions do.
So you'd hold them a week. So if neither of them play, it's rough.
I think
who's their third?
Something Reynolds. Is it Craig Reynolds?
That sounds right.
I think Craig Reynolds would be the next man up.
Okay.
I don't know.
It's tough.
It is tough. They have plenty of other weapons though to be just fine though. So I wouldn't be worried about that.
So Titans Mike Vrabel told reporters that Ryan Tannehill's ankle is similar to the last year, and they'll make a decision on his availability after the bye. They have a bye this week.
Oh, Lord.
They have not said anything on whether, if they do decide to sit him, whether it will be Willis or Levis.
Gross.
So,
either way, gross.
Yes. Steelers opened the 21-day practice window for Devontae Adams and running back Anthony McFarland.
You said Devontae? It's Deontay Johnson, sir.
Who did I say?
Devontae Adams.
Did I really?
Yeah, you did.
Dude, I read that off. Just. Anyway, Deontay Johnson. You know what the fuck. You know what I meant. Deontay Johnson and running back Anthony McFarland. That is hilarious.
It's probably a good thing they're getting Deontay Johnson back at this time. I think Mr. Pickett needs another weapon.
Yes.
Pickens.
Yes.
And plus, I think Freiermuth will be back this week too.
So they're getting some weapons back. Good, because they haven't looked.
They need it.
Yeah, they do. So Raiders head coach Josh McDaniels on Jimmy Garoppolo that they dodged a bullet on his back.
That's good.
So unfortunately, he still did not practice today. So I don't know if he'll play this week. But apparently, he went to the hospital after the game, and so it could have been a lot worse.
Yeah.
Good news on Bills running back Damian Harris. Yeah, he was released a few days after he got, I believe, rushed to the ambulance on a stretcher during the game. Stopped the game.
The hit didn't even look very bad at all.
Well, I mean, we can go back to the Bills last year. That hit didn't look bad either, and that changed the NFL that day too. So it don't take much. It sucks. Justin Fields was just getting to where I think he was getting on pace. And he dislocated his thumb on his throwing hand. So he is going to be 100% doubtful for this upcoming week, and we'll see they said it depends on his grip strength on the ball. If anybody knows, you can't really throw a ball without your thumb. That grip strength on the thumb, it's pretty much everything.
Yeah. Next up is Tyson Bagent, I believe is his name.
Listen, I'm going to be honest. I don't know who that is.
A.K.A. Bilbo Bagent.
Bilbo Baggins, huh? Got it. All right, so there's some injury updates, some other fun news. I'm sure, Zach, you didn't do your job. You didn't send me a fun fact, so don't
you
have
one job, Zach.
Yeah, you have one job since you're not on this podcast. Anyway. So we'll get into now we'll head into recapping and picks. We'll kind of combine them again. So for last week, I went 8-7. Not so good. Giving my yearly total 56 and 37. Eric, you also went 8-7, giving your total 54 and 39. Since my dad was here the past 2 weeks, I'll give his. He won the week. He went 10-5, giving his record 51 and 42.
Before you go on, I gotta say something. I watched last week's episode.
Oh boy!
And
oh no, here we go.
I picked the Jets, and I recall you guys acting like that's going to give us the advantage this week. Now, luckily, your dad did win, but I don't think that game swung anything for him. But I just got to call you guys out. Like, what? All right. Call me out, and I just got to say, hey.
Lucky pick.
Ah, man.
Lucky pick.
Yeah.
I was more surprised that you went against your boy Herbert. Jalen Hurts, excuse me. Jesus Christ, I am awful today.
You are.
Jalen Hurts. I'm surprised you went against him for how many,
I know. Well, just like Deion Sanders, I'm taking receipts and
writing down names.
Yeah.
How's that looking for him? After you blow like a 46-point lead
I didn't
against
say.
All right.
I'm just saying I'm taking that slogan from him.
Okay. All right. Man.
Yeah, that was rough. They
29,
nothing, and then they lose in double overtime.
Yeah, garbage. Anyways, so we will get on to this week. We'll give a little bit of our recap, obviously. So for this week, we start Thursday Night Football. You have Jacksonville at New Orleans. Jacksonville put a nice beat down on the Colts. I turned the game off at halftime. I literally was like, I'm not watching this.
I was grocery shopping. I'm kind of glad I didn't witness any of it.
Zach said it was even worse in the second half than the first half. Minshew looked even worse in the second half. Minshew threw
which I'm surprised. I thought it was gonna be like I wouldn't even call it a revenge game, but I thought it'd be something like that. A former team that he played against,
coming home party.
Yeah, I thought he played well.
Minshew coming into the game had been very protective of the ball.
Yeah,
and it seemed like every single pass he was throwing had the opportunity to be intercepted.
Yeah.
And he was intercepted 3 times. And it could have easily been 7.
Yeah.
We couldn't defend any pass. Our run game was just, I don't know. It just looked like
I would say they didn't even run the ball enough on our end.
On our end? Yeah. Hey, last week, where'd that run game go? Zach Moss had what? Almost 200 yards? Over?
And then
why didn't we run the ball?
At all. But we'll get there.
Now you have New Orleans.
This is going to be a good game.
And let's see if I can pull up New Orleans. They lost to Houston. Now, Houston lost last week, but then bounced back against New Orleans. So Houston's been kind of up and down. I think they're better than people thought.
Yeah,
and they're still trying.
And New Orleans has been up and down, too.
New Orleans has a great defense.
Yeah.
And
great run defense, too.
Yeah. Kamara's still kind of coming into his thing. So, Derek Carr still had 350 yards.
Yeah, it's gonna be. Like I said, it's gonna be a good game.
I think it being in New Orleans, I have highlighted Jacksonville, and here's the thing: I think that we say teams kind of need a kickstart. Those 2 London games, they dominated.
They did,
and they came back, and they were like, "All right, was the London thing?" They curb stomped our faces into the ground.
Because I thought they were going to be, have some adjusting to do after being there for 2 weeks in a row.
I think they keep on it. I have Jacksonville for a moment. I flirted with I think I'm going to keep Jacksonville.
Because Trevor did get a little banged up his ankle this past week.
Was it his knee or his ankle? I think it was his knee.
Was it his knee?
I think it was his knee.
I'm going to go against you. I'm taking the home team.
Okay. Perfectly fine. I'm not mad at that. I flirted for a moment. I almost talked myself into it. But no, I'm going to stick with Jacksonville.
Because I like the Saints. I like their defense better than I like Jacksonville's defense. Now, Jacksonville's defense is
good.
Yeah, they're good. But, again, they played against, we'll get there.
So, now you got Sunday. We are done with the international games for now. I believe we have 2 weeks of not having anything. Then we go to Germany. So we are back to the States for the first Sunday game. And we have Raiders at Bears, both who might be without their starting quarterback.
Who's the Raiders?
That is hilarious. I have absolutely no idea.
I'm gonna look that up.
Look that up
keep
while
talking.
I talk. So, Bears, boy. They were already. Let's just get this out here. That game that they had with Minnesota was dog water. They had. I have it up here on my notes. The Bears.
Just found out it's Brian Hoyer.
Okay, all right. He's been a veteran backup. So, Bears threw 2 interceptions and lost a fumble, which was returned for a touchdown. So, they had massive turnovers. They had freaking linemen, Bears linemen blocking each other.
It might be right here playing.
Yeah, it might be. We might have that shown in a moment because it's hysterical. And I'm just like, how, as an organization, are you that undisciplined? Yeah. And you were already getting made fun of. Now, the Bears had one good game where they curb stomped whoever, like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, the Commanders.
The Commanders on Thursday Night Football, but then you bounce back with this. I understand you lost Justin Fields, but that was in the third quarter, I believe. So I just...
Which up to that point, he didn't do anything.
Yeah. So who do you have more faith in, Raiders and Bears? Neither. This could end in a 0-0 tie.
If you're really going to hold a gun to my head and ask me that question,
I'll probably go Raiders.
I'm going to say Raiders.
Yeah. So if you do that, I'm probably going Raiders here.
I'm going Raiders. I'm rooting for the like I said, Bilbo Badgett on the Bears to play well. I root for him, man, but Brian Hoyer been in the league a while.
Yes.
When McDaniels was with the Patriots, Hoyer was on the Patriots with that offense. So
he was a veteran back.
And so I think, plus you got Devontae Adams, Jacoby Myers, Michael Mayer, and Josh Jacobs. Get the ball too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, next, I know you're not going to disagree, or you're going to disagree with me, but you have to understand you're losing this one.
You told me that before, and that you've been wrong.
This is Browns at Colts.
Speaking of going back to taking receipts and writing down names.
You can write this down. Go ahead. You can make fun of me next week. You might not be here next week, so I might get away with this. I can't remember if
it was last year. Was it last year?
Yes. Both of you made fun of me. Both of you.
No, I was going to talk about the time when we played the Chiefs.
Yeah.
I think it was last year, and you guys. I think Zach maybe took the Colts.
Zach did, and then you both made fun of me.
Yeah. So hey, it's
I
any given Sunday.
I understand that, but here's the thing: the Chiefs
week thing. You're right. I even picked up the Browns defense.
The Browns defense is
in
something
fantasy this week to play against us.
Myles Garrett is going to go bananas.
It's like, I'm with you. Do I probably believe the Browns will win? Yes, that's the correct football thing to say, but the fan in me,
I know.
My heart.
I know your logic.
I'm going to go with the Colts still because I just want to see us win.
I'm going Browns, and here's the thing. The Browns just defeated without Deshaun Watson.
And they almost lost.
I understand that, but Moody missed a field goal. Kickers, man. I understand he's a rookie, but he was one of the best rookie kickers coming out.
I'm not going to put the game on. You can't put the whole game on him.
So, Purdy did not have his best game. He probably had one of his worst games of his career. He was 12 for 27, only had 125 yards, threw a pick, sacked 3 times.
You did lose Debo.
You did lose Debo.
And you did lose McCaffrey.
And Trent Richardson got banged up with an ankle. All 3 of those Niners should be back.
Because they play Monday night this week. So
that
time.
Should give them.
Extra day at least.
But as a team, they only ran for 100 yards, so they only had barely 230 in offense. So the Browns' defense is fantastic, and they carried that team.
Browns' defense is fantastic. Is their offense going to be so lucky again to have a better week than the opposing team? I don't know. Because like I said, we have Gardner Minshew, and they have P.J. Walker. If we can game plan a little bit better, maybe get JT and get Zach Moss the ball a little bit more than we did this previous week.
I agree.
There's a formula there.
There is.
Where we can get stuff set up and we can beat them.
I don't like losing our best run stopper against a very run-heavy team with Kareem Hunt.
Next man up, Dio.
Ojabu. Yeah. I know who you're talking about. Yep. I'm not mad at it. I just have zero. I just don't think it's happening. I would like it to happen. I just think Browns. Yeah. So I'm going Browns. I know you're going Colts.
I
am. So next is Buffalo at New England.
All right. Yep.
So
on to the next game.
Say again.
On to the next game.
Okay. You're not even going to talk about this? I have something to talk about.
Oh. I know, okay. It's a shot at saying the Patriots
suck. They do. Bills barely beat the Giants, though.
Yeah.
It's the Giants, and they had Tyrod Taylor.
You're right. The Bills had another concerning game week 1 when they did play the Jets with Aaron going down.
Yes.
After 4 plays.
I've heard something, and it's kind of interesting that Josh Allen only plays to the level of competition he is given.
Really?
So he will play well.
So why did he start off so slow against Jacksonville then?
Don't know. I'm just saying it's not looking very good for because that's both New York teams he's struggled and he lost to one of them. Very easily could have lost against the Giants.
Well, sure. I'm still going Bills.
I am too, but I would not be surprised if Patriots come out and stun on this one. It is in New England. I
don't know if that really means too much anymore, especially for Buffalo.
Okay. Well, you're probably right. Since I didn't talk about it against when we did the Raiders and the Bears game, I'll talk about it on the Patriots because they played each other. There was a hit against Devontae that I wanted to post up here. Devontae, the Patriots cleaned him. He came across like a slant route. Devontae did
the field.
And just clean hit.
Oh,
smacked
it.
Ball
amazing looking hit.
Ball went flying in the air. Got picked off. Beautiful hit by the Patriots. Sucks for Devontae. He's gonna get put on that injury list. They keep leading receivers over.
He might, the way he keeps going.
But no, I'm going Bills here. I just wanted to find a clip to put up here because why have a green screen? Can't use it. So anyway, next we will go Commanders at Giants. Wow, I don't really know about this one. I'm going Commanders at the moment.
Me too.
Even though the Giants did put up a hell of a fight against the Bills, I just think, Commanders. I don't know.
Kind of don't know what you're going to get with the Commanders, but their offense overall has looked better than the Giants' offense has looked, even with Daniel Jones and Saquon out there.
Ritter has looked awful.
You talking about Sam Howell?
No, Ritter.
Why are we talking about? We're talking about the.
Ritter looked awful against Washington because I'm talking about Washington.
You're going backwards.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got to recap a little bit because Washington. When you talk about the game last,
The only reason why let me just stop here. The only reason why I said Howell is because you have been prone so far.
I know. So we'll talk about Washington quarterback. He played great.
Yeah.
He had 3 touchdowns. He only threw about 150, but then they were able to pick off Commanders defense, Ritter, 3 times. So,
Ritter's not the answer for Atlanta.
At least for Atlanta, which I guess we can get to when we get to Atlanta.
Yeah.
But, Washington looks a little good. I think they need to find a rushing game.
They have it. It's just not consistent. Brian Robinson has looked fairly well, being for the most part, taking that heavy workload on himself.
Right.
So if they can, I don't know if it's offensive line or switch at quarterback. I don't know, but I mean, for the most part, though, their offense doesn't look horrible to me.
No, I know. But yeah, Falcons. These teams are both 3-3.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I'll say is Falcons are 3 says they're 3-1 at home.
Sure, they might be. I don't know.
So, I don't know. I'm still gonna go with Commanders.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't like the Giants here. I just don't. Now we can talk about the Falcons because the next game is Falcons at Buccaneers. Buccaneers, I thought they would put up a little bit more fight.
Oh, being at home against Detroit.
But they didn't. Lions put on a really good show for them. Baker looked okay. He didn't look great.
The Lions' defense is legit.
So, but again, Falcons. The Falcons are a completely different team than the Lions. And so this being in Tampa, I know it's a divisional game. I'm 100% going to give this to Buccaneers. I don't think the Falcons have a chance.
No, I don't either. I'm with you. I'm the Buccaneers. I don't really have much to say about the game.
So this next game, though, this is a really interesting one. Let's see where you go with this one. So the next one is the aforementioned Lions at Baltimore. This is interesting because there are 5 teams currently that are 5-1. And you'd be shocked if someone told you at the beginning of the season that one of those would be the Detroit Lions.
Yeah.
They are playing fantastic football. Their defense is underrated.
Yeah.
Their offense can beat you in a lot of ways. Now, unfortunately, like we said, they might be without both Montgomery and Gibbs.
Correct.
Which leads them to the third. So can Goff carry that offense?
I would feel more.
He has.
He has. Again, they did win on the road last week.
Yes.
I do think Tampa Bay's not as good as Baltimore, obviously.
Nope.
Even though Tampa Bay's on top of their division, I believe. But
that's a weak-ass division. That's nothing to gloat about.
Sure. Statistically, Goff usually plays a lot better at home than he does on the road.
True.
So I mean,
Here's the thing. So Ravens, what
torn.
did what's his face Tucker kick? Did he kick like 6 field goals?
When last week?
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't watch that game.
I did. That was the early game. He did.
So basically, you're saying their offense just isn't putting up the points like they need to.
Right. So he kicked. Yeah.
Which?
So I don't know. He was 6 for 6. So.
This is a tough game.
It is, because if you look at that, it was 24-16. Baltimore beat Tennessee, and 18 of those points were just off field goals. So I'm really leaning towards Lions here, and I'll mention something about the Lions because I have it in my notes. There was a play that I just showed you. There was a hell of a block, and I can't remember which wide receiver it was. I think it was Reynolds. So Amon St. Brown catches pretty much a drag route over the middle, running from left to right. And as he continues, he doesn't cut a field. He goes all the way around to the right sideline, and there's a guy. You almost can't see Reynolds from the camera angle. Reynolds comes out of absolutely nowhere and blows up the last guy that can kind of get Amon St. Brown, and then springs Amon St. Brown for the touchdown. It was absolutely fantastic. Clean block. I am glad they didn't throw like a blindside block in there because he came flying out of nowhere. And
he literally blindsided him.
But it was good. That should be up there. Steven, get it up there. Thanks, bud. I'm gonna have to stick with my dad's Detroit team here, and I'm gonna go Detroit.
I am too. I mean, like I said, even though I did say statistically Goff plays not as well as he does at home, then on the road,
Lamar hasn't looked like Lamar.
Not in a couple years he hasn't. So I'm gonna stick with the Lions too, because even if Gibbs or Montgomery don't play, I feel like the other weapons they have at receiver and tight end are well enough to keep them afloat.
I do like Detroit over.
Me too.
Just as an overall team. So that ends the 1 o'clock games. Let's go to the 4 o'clock games. We'll start with Pittsburgh Steelers at Rams. Pittsburgh is not impressing me anywhere on the football field.
I mean, yeah. You got TJ Watt. He's impressive.
Okay. All right. Did Pittsburgh even play last week? I'm looking.
No,
these
they're on bye.
Okay, so they're on a bye. I'm like, I can't even.
Come off a bye. So they had an extra week to prepare for the Rams, which they're also. We didn't bring it up. They're going to be without Kyren Williams.
Okay.
Ankle injury. I think McVay has said that they expect him to be a multi-week injury. I think it's
Are they wait? They're gonna be like Kyren Williams and Ronnie Rivers because Ronnie Rivers just went on IR too. Okay, so that takes.
Williams is not on IR.
Oh, he's not.
No, it's an ankle injury. I forget if it's low or high. I forget which.
I thought they said they were gonna put him on IR. No.
Not that I'm aware of.
I must have read that wrong.
But Ronnie Rivers, yes, you're correct about that.
That's what I just said.
But I'm talking about Kyren.
No, I was talking about Ronnie Rivers going on IR.
Yeah, and I said yeah. I thought you were also asking about Kyren too.
No, I'm not.
So that's why I was answering that way.
Miscommunication. No, only Ronnie Rivers going on IR.
Correct.
The Williams guy, I didn't even know was hurt, so no.
Yeah, he's hurt. Okay. So that brings up his name.
Zach Evans.
Yep, rookie.
Okay, well, at least they have Cooper Kupp back, and
Still got Puka.
He's popping off. Well, Puka's numbers dropped. He's got the target still.
Yeah.
He's still got 7 targets, only caught 4 of them for 26 yards, so that's down. Kupp, being Kupp, he had 7 receptions for 148, so he's still right there. He's still right back to being productive as hell. And then you have Pittsburgh. Can Pittsburgh's defense truly slow down the Rams?
Can their offense score enough points to keep
and
up?
there's the other side. Can Pittsburgh's offense, and no.
I don't think so.
I think the answer is no. Because I don't know if Devontae, I almost did it again. Deontay Johnson is going to be starting. Even if he does, I think it would definitely be on a snap count to get him back in there.
Yeah.
So, no. I'm going to go Rams here.
I am too. I mean, I would like to pick the Steelers, but just no, not this week. On the next one.
So, next one, divisional game, Cardinals at Seattle. Not talking about this long because, let's be honest, I don't really think Arizona has much going for them. And Seattle, who the hell did they play?
I played Cincinnati.
They played Cincinnati. So they played really good against the Bengals.
Yeah, that was a good game.
It was. Gino didn't look the best. He threw 2 picks.
Mm-hmm.
Did Metcalf get hurt in that game?
He did. He came back, though.
Okay, I thought I saw he got hurt.
It was a rib injury.
He's been getting hurt off and on this year, and he's been fighting through it. So,
maybe this leads the way for JSN to start getting more involved.
Maybe because JSN's been quiet. He was a hot favorite to be one of the top rookie wide receivers.
Which still could. It's only about almost halfway through the season.
Yeah. So I just don't think there's enough there for the Cardinals. So I'm going Seattle, especially in the 12-man? 12-man country?
Yep, they're in Seattle. Yep, I'm going Seattle as well.
Next, Green Bay at Denver. This is hilarious. Denver, who did Denver play?
They had a Thursday night game last week. They played Kansas City.
Denver played Kansas City.
Green Bay coming off of a bye.
Green Bay's coming off the bye, which I think helps them.
They should have Aaron Jones back. Christian Watson shouldn't be as limited as he was that first game back off of the IR. No, he was not on IR. Who? Christian Watson.
No.
He just was out with a hamstring.
Yes.
Anyways, he should not be on a snap count like he was the previous game. So,
Kansas City kept Russell to 95 yards throwing. Leading up to that, Russ had been doing very good.
Kansas City defense is nothing to sniff at.
So there's continual trade talks about trading Judy and Sutton before the trade deadline.
Yeah.
Which is coming up here.
The 31st.
Of this month?
Hmm?
So, we only got a week and a half?
Yeah.
Something like that? So, they're trying to trade away their top 2 wide receivers. Very interesting, to be honest with you. Maybe they want MHJ, you know what I'm saying?
I would.
I don't blame them. So, Green Bay coming off the bye. Broncos have nothing going for them.
No, their defense statistically is they give up the most
the
points.
Worst. Yes, I think I saw that statistic. They're like almost 31st or 32nd in every stat.
Yeah.
So Denver is, to clarify.
Yes.
So I'm going Packers.
I am too. Easily.
Next, we got the Chargers at the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, Kansas City Chiefs, what we just said was Denver had statistically one of the worst defenses, yet they only put 19 points on the board.
I think that's more so on not Denver, but on Kansas City with the lack of firepower besides Kelsey.
We've said that going into the year. They haven't looked. They don't have that knockout punch like they used to.
No.
So if there was a powerhouse AFC team that I'm most worried about, early on, you could say the Bengals. I think Kansas City's right there. They're just, yes, they're 5-1. They're not, I think, scaring any of the big teams yet.
No, I mean, they did today make a trade with the Jets for McCole Hardman, so he's coming back.
That is a massive deep threat for them.
It is. I mean, he's no Tyreek Hill, but he's got the somewhat kind of skills.
He's like what Gabe Davis is for the Bills.
Sure. Yeah, deep threat.
Now, on the flip side, the Chargers put up a hell of a fight against Dallas. I don't know. The thing the the Chargers have the biggest problem is they can't find a run game even with Eckler. And I've always said it. I said it last year. I'll say it this year. Eckler is not your main running back. He's not going to get you those rushing yards. He'll get you all the catches in the world.
Yep.
Then throw him out at slot.
Yeah.
You need to find yourself a power running back.
Yeah, to take some of that pressure off Herbert because he can't do it all. Even though he tries to, though.
He tries to. Now, I believe it was this game, because I want to put this up here, too, because there was a lot of fights this week.
Oh, at the beginning of the game, yeah.
So let's see if we can find all the scraps. I believe there was only was it 2 of them, which is actually rare still. It was this game, Dallas and Chargers, and they were throwing some haymakers.
Yeah, I only remember seeing the one.
They were throwing haymakers. The other one was, I believe, Browns and who the hell did the Browns play last week? 49ers. The 49ers.
Oh, yep. Yeah, you're right.
They were beefing before the game.
Yeah.
So those two teams fought each other. You had some beef, which is kind of fun to see, I suppose. Not during the game, but during those, both of these fights happen.
It's always fun to watch, whether before, during, after.
Well,
I love it.
Just, you got to be careful when you talk about the Browns with Myles Garrett, because he might actually hit you with a freaking helmet.
Yeah.
He might rip your helmet off and then proceed to try to beat you with it, blitz style. So, but no, both of these incidents happened pregame. I'm honestly going to go against the scale here and go Chargers.
I was thinking that already too, which I'm kind of scared to agree with you there. But I'm going to do it anyways because I was kind of leaning. I feel like...
You wanted to see which way I was going first?
No, not really. But I just feel like the Chargers usually play pretty well.
They do, I think.
Against Kansas City.
Not that they always win, but they do play them very well.
Right. So if there's a year to beat Kansas City in Kansas City, it would be this year. Now again, the Kansas City defense is very, very, very good.
Here's the thing, though. Is a certain Taylor going to be there to give that little spark to the Chiefs?
Probably.
Well, I think every time she's been there, they haven't lost. So
yeah,
just give that Taylor Swift magic.
Yeah,
my editor's gonna be mad I'm bringing her up.
I'm still going Chargers though for the upset.
Just a little bit of note: our other editor Steven is a Kansas City fan, Chiefs fan.
Is he?
And he has a big Kansas City WWE belt that he sent.
Oh shoot!
That he has, and he's not a fan of the whole
Taylor. He's a Swiftie then.
No, shut up, bitch!
You're an automatic Swiftie, yeah.
I'm not gonna get you in trouble there, bud. You might have some little curse words above your head here. I don't know what he's gonna throw. Yeah, you might be in the dog.
I remember when the 2 episodes ago when he put
threw it there.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
No
I like
cares.
that. I like that.
So no, but I'm still going Chargers for the time being. I about just talked you out of it, didn't I?
Yeah, I'm going Chiefs, man.
Do it.
I'm doing Chiefs.
Do it. All right, sweet. All right, so got to change it. That actually might be a bad idea because Chiefs might win. So I'm going to go Chargers, and he's going Chiefs. So next we got the Sunday night game, which is Dolphins at Eagles.
Ooh.
Eagles took a loss. They lost to a team they should not have in the Jets.
Yeah. I think there's someone in this room that actually picked that.
God. Yes. Yeah, keep gloating. That's fine. Jalen Hurts threw 3 interceptions. Your boy did not look good.
Did not. Jets defense, that's the one consistent thing about them.
Right, but here's the thing. They were without their 2 best corners.
Yeah.
They were with rookie corners at this point, I believe. And he still threw 3 interceptions.
The rush was getting
to Jalen?
It was getting to Jalen.
Hey, Kelsey, what's going on there, bud? Other Kelsey, Jason, you better get your O-line in check there.
He's got that podcast with Travis.
Oh, dude, I watch it. It's so hilarious. It's funny. It's funny.
It's good. But
not that we're shouting out.
He's already been contemplating retirement. He's got his family with his little girls, and I think it's kind of where his headspace is.
I really need to watch that, by the way. Not that we're getting off track, but he has that little thing up, his whole show, whatever you want to call that.
Yeah.
But I need to watch that. Because his wife was got big off of that.
But not even just last week against the Jets, their offense realistically has not been, like on par like how it was last year.
Kind of like the Chiefs.
Yeah.
I think I've stated that since you've been gone.
Their defense has been great.
Right, but since you've been gone, I think I've said that they haven't been, that knockout punch like the Chiefs. They haven't been beating people consistently, and this was kind of the team to finally expose that. Now, Brown still had 7 for 131, but...
He's fantastic.
Right. I mean, here's the thing. Here's what you don't want to see is they had 80 yards on the ground, and your leading rusher was your quarterback.
You don't want that.
So now you're going against the Dolphins, who I think statistically probably still have the most explosive offense in the league.
Defense is not very good.
Right.
So this will probably be a high-scoring game.
But, they curb stomped Carolina into the ground, which Carolina isn't
Which
good.
they should have.
They aren't good. But Mostert came back because Achane was injured, but he bounced back with 115 yards. Tyreek out there putting up 183 yards.
Which I heard through 6 games, he's only a couple hundred yards away from hitting 1,000 receiving yards already. Yeah, Tyreek Hill.
It's disgusting. You know what other stat I heard, though? Thielen, which I heard, Thielen's fantasy points, the only 2 people that are above him
Probably
are quarterbacks.
Tyreek.
No.
Not even Tyreek?
No.
Wow.
No.
So Tua and who?
No, 2 is not even above him.
Quarterback.
It's Allen
Okay.
and Jalen.
Hurts?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure.
I believe. I just heard it, and I know the 2 above them are quarterbacks. I know one of them is Allen. The other one I might be wrong, but I know that I thought it would have been the 2 Dolphins, and it's not.
Wow.
So Thielen coming, and he missed a bloody game.
Yeah.
So Thielen popping off in Carolina at least. But back to this Dolphins and Eagles. I think the Eagles' defense struggles here.
You think they struggle?
I think they do.
They kind of struggled last week a little bit. I mean, not to say like Zach Wilson looked good by any measure against them, but they still were able to move the ball and be able to put more points on the board than the Eagles were last week.
Right. I mean, you had Zach Wilson. He had 186 yards, and then as a team, the Jets had 89 yards. So I mean, now you're going up against a team who can do either.
They put up 70 points already this year at one point.
In one game?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm actually going Dolphins here.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you.
Going Dolphins?
I just want to see it.
Well, see what?
Miami beat Philadelphia.
Oh, beat Philly? Yeah.
I'm gonna see Miami.
This is
get really good again, man.
This is 2 5-1 teams. Yeah. So this is a fantastic Sunday night game. Should be hypothetically, because we had a few Mondays ago. We had potentially a very good game, and the Cowgirls blew that one. I was hoping you would be here so you could trash talk the Cowgirls.
Oh, yeah.
But, Yeah. So now we got the Monday night game, which is Niners and Vikings. As stated slightly earlier, the Niners getting the Monday kind of helps all those injuries that they had, which the coach said were not significant and were minor. That would be in Debo, McCaffrey, and Williams.
Mm-hmm.
That's tough. It's your best left tackle. That's your best wide receiver and your best running back. That's not what you want. So,
to be fair, running back, if he does have to miss, they still got Elijah Mitchell and I can't remember that guy's name. Mason's his last name. 2 decent running backs.
I know Mitchell can be.
That would be able to pick up the slack if McCaffrey does.
I don't think he will.
He probably won't.
I don't think Debo will. I think he'll fight through that. So,
they're
and
pretty tough guys.
Trent Williams did come back, so he finished the game. So it's not like he actually went out. Vikings, I believe they did win their game against the Bears, but like we said, that was an awful game.
Both sides.
Both sides were just awful. I believe it just came out. There's a lot of rumors saying that Cousins could be on the trade block, and I think it just came out and said that Cousins is refusing. He has a no-trade clause, and he's not going to take that away.
Who's going to want him? Who's going to want Cousins?
I don't know. You got someone over there in Denver that might.
Nah.
I'm just
maybe Jets, I guess.
Maybe New England.
Nah.
You think they don't want to stick with it?
Now, why if you're already
Tennessee?
if you're already like 1-5 or something like that bad, like the Patriots, why would you waste that when you could have a chance to get Caleb Williams or Drake May?
Here's the thing: Caleb Williams has already said that he's not coming out if the team's not right.
Prima donna.
I don't blame him. Listen,
I guess it makes sense. If you can get you're already getting paid to be in college.
Right.
He's already in Wendy's commercials.
With the new NIL deals, that's what it is, NIL deals, right?
Yeah.
So you're a junior. Yes, you can come out and you can forego it, but you're already getting paid now. And you look at who has the first set of picks, and it's freaking what? It would be Panther? No.
I don't know what team he's expecting to fall down and suck for him to be able to get to as the number 1 overall pick. It's never going to be a good team.
Paul and Eli.
Sure.
Paul and Eli.
Well, you better hope the organization then is a good organization.
Why would you ever want to go to the Bears? Name the last Bears quarterback that was good, that was actually drafted by the Bears.
Oh, okay. I was going to throw Jake Cutler.
I knew you were, which is why I had to make that stipulation.
Yeah, no, I mean, I knew you're right, but
the Bears do not know how to groom quarterbacks.
He could change it, man. He could change it.
Okay. But then there was just the fact that Caleb Williams got exposed by Notre Dame, so maybe. He did not look good against Notre Dame.
It's college football. There's too much parity.
All right. So I'm going 49ers. How about that? I think they bounce back.
49ers. Easily.
Easily?
Okay. Easily.
So I know we throw in a little college here, and I'll just throw up one more awesome stat for you. It's not really awesome, but not that you actually care. One of my games I'm looking, because you probably don't follow college like
not hard,
Zach and I kind of do.
Not hardcore. I watch Notre Dame when they play, and I look at the scores to see if any top teams like Alabama goes down.
Fingers crossed, they always do.
Yeah.
But one of the biggest games to watch this weekend is the Penn State-Ohio State game.
Oh, I do know that. That's top 10 matchup.
That
should be a pretty good game.
It's going to be a fantastic match. I'm worried for Michigan because they have to play Penn State and Ohio State this year. So, yeah, they got to play both of them. Which,
how do you guys look this year?
We're undefeated. We're number 2. We're ranked number 2 still. We could be number 1 because I don't know why we're not, because we're curb stomping teams we're supposed to. And Georgia's up there struggling to curb stomp teams they're supposed to. So I'm just like, hello?
You already know, like, let's just be honest, if they were to play each other.
Okay, all right. You don't need to talk about it. It's fine. We already know.
Yeah.
Hey, it only takes one. It only takes one time. You understand?
Any
given Sunday/Saturday.
True.
Or don't they play on a Monday for the championship?
It is a Monday.
So Monday is when they actually play that one. So we might get a little bit into college when we get into the bowls. We'll try. Let's see if we can fit them in. The big bowls. I'm not talking like the 900 bowls that they try. I'm just talking about the big bowls. Okay? There are way too many to actually go through.
Yeah, I don't even remember any of the names. Like
there's the Sugar Bowl.
Oh, I know the big ones.
Oh, you're talking about the no. Okay.
Yeah.
Get out of here. Yeah, there's like 96 bowls. It's ridiculous.
Can't wait till is it next year when they expand the playoffs?
To 12, yes, and that is when you have UCLA and USC move to the Big Ten.
Oh man, it's gonna be nice.
You get to see Ohio State play USC.
Go, hey, Carson will be back.
If he comes back,
he's been looking good. I look at his stats every week. I do that.
Who?
Carson Steele.
Carson Steele for UCLA?
Yeah.
Oh, I've been watching him too.
He looks good.
He looks good.
I could see him being a Christian McCaffrey-esque
I think he can come
player.
out this year, though.
Is he a junior?
I think he can come out this year. I'm not
really,
sure
though?
if he will.
But will he come out this year?
But that's what I'm saying. I don't know if he will. It depends on where he thinks his stock will fall.
He could be like a Christian McCaffrey type.
He could be. He's fantastic. We're talking Center Grove football. I went to
local
guy. He plays for UCLA. Carson Steele.
Didn't go to Center Grove, but my kids will, so I need to get into it. So,
by the way, we're 3-time repeat champions. We're looking really good.
Your quarterback, I heard, is going to Duke, which intrigues me.
He did. I was about to say he's going. I saw that.
Yeah.
And I was wondering if that would pique your interest.
It did. Which, if there's anything else I'm looking at in college football, I am a huge Duke fan for college basketball. No, not a bandwagon. I came out the womb rooting for Duke.
He's been a Duke fan for a hot minute.
It's nice to see Duke football be ranked, and
they're
very relevant,
well.
and they almost beat Notre Dame, which I do like Notre Dame in college football. It's my team, I would say, in college football. So I was actually rooting for Duke to beat them when they played like 2 or 3 weeks ago.
They did, yeah. I know what you're talking about. Notre Dame's struggling. They're hit and miss this year.
It is every year. It's a pain to be a fan for them.
It is. Another old.
It's like they're sticking like a purgatory.
Another ex Center Grove player, Anthony Elias, is a massive Notre Dame fan. Do you remember Anthony Elias?
Nope.
He went to our church.
Doesn't ring a bell.
Ages ago.
Does not ring a bell.
Doesn't ring a bell? All right. Well, so he's a big Notre Dame fan, and I see him post all the time how much he hates being a Notre Dame because he's just like we'll get off the talking of the college football, but that will probably wrap it up. Next week, hopefully, if you're up in the air, we're going to try to have something extra for you guys again at the end of the episode for next week. Hopefully you can be here. If not, we'll miss you. Hopefully Kevin can be here. Steven might actually be here next week for said statements. So you guys have a good week, and we will catch you next time. Later.
Love you.
It takes my wife, Tina, noticing the bruises, encouraging me to go get screened.
It takes a loving mother who never missed a cancer treatment.
It takes support. It's not something a family can do on their own.
It takes my dad sleeping beside me in the hospital every night.
It takes losing my dad and grandfather to open my eyes to go get screened.
So used to Kevin just turning it off. I forgot I have to get up and go turn it off. Is that how you feel about it?